This is the one true Army Gamer Boss Bronze. This is True Backlash.
And Blue.
Talking about a very quick review for Captain America.
Looks like you're giving the orders now, Captain.
Damn right.
We tried this twice. It's like the forces of evil are stopping us from doing this review, and we're not going to take it anymore. So I pitched my smartphone slash recorder and just went old school using a Mac PC as our recording device. Captain America, story, characters, go. Okay, story. Dang. Okay, Captain America. He after the invented Avengers, Cap's living a normal life. Okay. Now he's working with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Black Widow and Nick Fury and everyone else at the friendly world of S.H.I.E.L.D. But it's not so friendly. In fact, something's very, very wrong with it. And the Winter Soldier is part of it. The Winter Soldier has secrets of his own. And it's up to Cap to find out those secrets to save S.H.I.E.L.D. To save S.H.I.E.L.D. from the villains that are they're doing bad stuff in S.H.I.E.L.D. And he's not alone. He has a couple S.H.I.E.L.D. agents he can still trust, and he has a new friend called the Falcon, a former Air Force guy very technical. Air Force guy who has an experimental wing pack, and if you look closely, it has Stark Industries on it. I wonder why. Anyway, to help save the day.
I actually think that the movie itself, the plot was amazing. I think there was a ton of action. I think the story was written very, very well. I think what they've done in making it cohesive enough from the prior Captain America to this current Captain America was great. It'll keep the people who've come to the movie expecting to see a continuation. Got that feel, but at the same time, if you're new to Captain America or even new to Marvel, you're going to actually wind up coming in not feeling lost. You're going to be able to pick right up in the movie line and be able to go with the flow. You'll find that the characters are somewhat identified, even to the point where there's some backstory enhanced even to some of the characters that you didn't even get to see in previous movies. So if you got a chance to go and see this Captain America movie, I think you'll walk away with a great experience. The characters were strong. They were good looking. They carried off their role with elegance and style. I do believe that the actual villain, and there is more than one in the movie, was all equally challenging. You got your big boss at the end, but he was a surprise. I think you're all going to like it if you go to see the movie. I found it incredible. I'm a big fan of all of the all the Marvel universe, but I thought that when I walked away, I can't wait to see the next one. And don't get out of your seats, folks, because when the credits are rolling, there are some surprises there, too.
They should know this already, but if they don't, shame on you. This is a Marvel film. They have to at least have two ending stingers. Don't leave.
Don't go to the bathroom, folks.
Don't do anything.
Don't go to the bathroom.
Pee in your cup. Pee in your cup. Maybe next time for Phase 3, they'll have three stingers. Three. I like the story and the characters. The story was a combination of action, thriller, no comedy. Oh well, but still, it was very well. I like the slight hint to security versus freedoms. Was played on a little bit. I enjoyed it. The characters were all great. The Falcon was introduced quite well. Black Widow was part of the course, and so was Captain America. I feel that they didn't really quite expand the Captain America character all so much, but he sort of regulation is timed as any good soldier from the 1950s. The background characters was also excellent. I like how they put their effort to the story, and it played off very well. Samuel as Nick Fury always does an excellent job. And the Winter Soldier was a piece de resistance player. He wasn't mwahaha evil. He was efficient and calculating sort of evil, if you could call him evil. But we'll save that for the story. Okay, good points. Go. Well, practically everything. The action delivered. The characters were either ranged from pretty good to awesome. The CG, there wasn't too much noticeable CG, but for what it was, you didn't care because the action scenes pretty much delivered. There was really no small parts, no small actors either because they're all built like football players. But everyone who had a role that was important or a recurring role said their piece, did their thing, made the movie pretty darn good. And honestly, there's so much that is going on with this story. It not only is a good story now, but it's a good story going forward. With Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC's Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock, don't miss it. And with the rest of Phase 2 in the Avengers, and probably Phase 3. This is huge.
Blue. Okay, what was the question?
Good points, go.
Okay, good points. There were so many. It's almost too many to mention without being a spoiler here. I gotta say, I think anybody who's going to see this movie will enjoy seeing a little backstory about Nick Fury. I think also they're going to see an expanded role for Scarlett Johansson. I think she did a great job with all her physicalness within the movie. I think they're going to actually love the villains. The villains are pretty awesome. I mean,
even though they're a little obvious.
They're a little obvious, but oh my gosh, they're quite
villains.
Amazing. And you get your feel of being in an equally matched situation. It's not just one good versus evil, really cut and dry. Because you saw evil coming at you, and then there were some times you didn't, and you never really knew exactly where the source of the evil was coming from. So I think the good points were that it was a good plot. I think the characters are strong. I think they were given ample time within the movie to demonstrate their physical power and their ability to be very action-packed, and lots of nice special effects with the big planes, and you really got a real good feel that you're really in the movie. You don't feel that you're just observing the action. You kind of feel like you're in the movie, in the action. It's just a good movie.
Well, let me correct myself. Not all of them are obvious. It's just that the main bad guy was pretty obvious, even for a blind person. But anywho, I have to agree with everything you guys said. There's everything they do right. The action was done correctly. The fight scenes were great. Lesser known characters make it this time, but they weren't lesser knowns. They had a point to the story, and it made things flow easily. Of course, like I said, the story and the characters and everything else. The bads, no bads for me personally. The story totally very well, even though I think Captain America has always been, personally to me, bland as white bread. You know what? That's just me.
I actually thought that the movie had, really, I just have a nitpick. I absolutely don't have anything bad to say about the movie at all. I think the only nitpick I'd like to see is Scarlett Johansson. I'd like to see her with some big guns. Not that she has to have them, because she's really great in her role. But I think given the fact that she is so great, one of these days I'd like her to do a flip rollover and grab a great big gun and just do some stuff. But other than that, I mean, actually, I can't hold that against the movie. That's a wish list item, but I think the movie was great.
Honestly, also a nitpick. Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow and Chris Evans as Captain America, they were good in this movie. They weren't perfect. Where other characters, recurring characters, had their roles expanded and explained, and they just delivered with the material they were given, and all the new characters were just freaking awesome. These two pretty much stayed the same. Cap stayed the same way he was in Captain America, the First Avenger. I mean, in the Avengers, he was kind of like amalgamated and, had some dialogue, but for the most part, we're basing Cap off the last Cap movie. Black Widow's pretty much the same that she was in Avengers. And that's not bad, but that's not really all that much growth. Even when Tony Stark was flipping out and having all these stupid panic attacks, his character did change. You can't say that with Cap. He handled New York like a trooper. Where again, Tony going loopy, and Thor having to find his way back to Jane Foster
And some family issues.
Cap didn't have that, and it didn't hurt the movie at all. And it's just a nitpick. So it's just a nitpick. But that's the only thing that I stand out as a bad, but it really isn't a bad because, like I said, despite my complaints, the roles were played pretty well. Pretty well. Chris Evans played Cap well. Scarlett Johansson played Black Widow well. That's pretty much it. All right, review ratings go.
Okay, I got to give it a platinum pass of perfection. I think it's a great family movie. Take the kids. It's one that you can kind of innocently take the kids and not have to worry about some little things coming out of the woodwork that you don't expect. And guess what, guys? The black man gets to live.
Oh, the black man gets to live. Awesome. I also give it a platinum pass, which essentially, I had nitpicks, but like I said, they did the roles well. That's not enough to ding the movie. Everything delivered. Everything. There was some more growth I would have liked, but for what this story was, what it was setting up for, and for what characters they introduced or expanded on a character, I can't give it anything less. I was entertained, thoroughly entertained. And I also have to give it a platinum pass to perfection because the movie did everything right, in my opinion, and very few things wrong, in my opinion. So, to me, that's a perfect film. And so, to wrap this up real quick before anything else happens, this is the one true Omni Gamer Boss Bronze. This is True Backlash.
And Blue.
Promising you that we will get this figured out sooner or later. Yep. Bye. Bye.
Bye.